In today's video, I'm going to cover the whole entire market in terms of the S&P 500, Nasdaq, specifically the ETFs QQQ and SPY in terms of resistance, support, price actions. I'm going to cover the economic calendar first, then the 10-year treasury, and then crude oil. So in terms of, for today, we had Fed speakers, but specifically for Monday, we have, actually before I get to Monday, Sunday, we have Jerome Powell speaking at 3:30 p.m. So 3:30 p.m. Sunday, May 19th, 2024. Fed Chair Powell speaks at commencement. Now the thing is though, I saw a headline supposedly tested positive for COVID. I'm not sure if he's going to still speak, but if he's fine, then he's going to speak at that time. Now on Monday, May 20th at 9 a.m., we have Fed Vice Chair for Supervision, Michael Bear speak, and then we have Fed Gov Christopher Whaler gives welcoming remarks, and at 10:30 a.m., Fed Vice Chair Philip Jefferson speaks. So the thing is though, in terms of the market, for the most part, we're at the all-time highs for Nasdaq and S&P 500 in the general area, and we've created new all-time highs a few days ago. Now the thing is, the market, in my opinion, I think is more waiting on for Wednesday, which is the minutes of Fed's May FOMC meeting, and that's at 2 p.m. So for the most part, it seems to be stagnant. And then also, I forgot to cover the 10-year treasury. The 10-year treasury is at 4.41%. And then the crude oil is at $79.36 per barrel. Now, I'm going to cover QQQ first, then SPY. And in terms of QQQ, like for the new viewers, just in case, ever since 2010, upward trend resistance line, upward trend support level, predominantly stayed within this channel, broke through 2020 and 2022, past the upward trend resistance line, came back down, knocked down, and then potentially going back up to the 10-year 2010 upward trend resistance line. And the reason I state that is because in terms of the 5-year and 1 year, so the 5-year and 1 year, they show the MACD line in terms of in the bullish / or in the bearish for the 5-year and potentially crossing to the bullish. So ultimately, for the most part, as you can see since 2010, the market has been going up regardless, right? Even though it's been stuck into the channel for the most part. Now, in terms of the 1 month, 3 month, 6 month, the MACD lines are in the bearish movement and pointing to potentially more downside. And we're currently at $451.73. The thing is though, again, even though they're pointing to the downside, for the most part, it could, I'm going to show the price points, but I think for the most part, it's not going to vary too much. Again, this is just my opinion like always. I'm not a professional, so please do your own due diligence and research before buying and selling. But these are the price points I think that could potentially go to the downside or to the upside, depending on the direction you're thinking, and consolidate potentially. So right now, if I go to the 1 month, I'm going to go to the 1 month. It's stuck between this moving average, so between $452.90 and potentially going to $450.56. The reason why I'm stating this price point, specifically the 450, give or take in some change, is because every viewpoint I end up seeing, it ends up looking to hit potentially 450 and then maybe bouncing back up. But I don't think that might be the case. I think ultimately either today, and the thing is, because Jerome Powell speaks on Sunday, the markets might close a little bit lower towards the end of the day than it is at before the end of the day fully, because Jerome Powell might speak on Sunday, and there's nothing, you can't potentially play with anything in terms of the markets on Sunday unless you get into the futures later on in the day. Now, and then by Monday, who knows what the movement will be exactly, but I think because we're waiting till Wednesday, the Fed meeting, I think ultimately by Monday, maybe we might trickle down to 446. So get to this horizontal / resistance / my active support, which coincides with this moving average right here. So about 446 and then 450 probably by the end of the day today. But that's the downside. Now there is another level that I want to cover too. Or no, that was for the S&P 500, sorry. But then to the upside, potentially what could happen is we had an all-time high about the $454, $455. So I think pretty much if we were to go to the upside, that would get tested again. I don't think we'll pass that today. By Monday, it's potential we could pass it. Now, if you think that we're going to hit the upward trend resistance line dating back since 2010, right now, if we were to go straight up to it, you're looking at $464. I personally don't think we're going to hit that. I checked the Fibonacci scale a little bit, and it was showing 458 for 459. If we were to go upside dramatically, I just don't think it's going to happen that quick, that today, maybe Monday. Again, the Wednesday meeting, that's the problem. I think the markets pretty much are staying in this ballpark area, maybe hitting between the moving averages as well, which if we were to go to the downside dramatically, you're looking at $440. But there is support at the 445 and 444, so I don't think necessarily it will drop down that quick, that drastically. Now for the S&P 500 / SPY specifically, same thing just in case for the new viewers, same channel applies. We're at $528.64, dating back since 2010, upward trend resist, upward trend support for the majors, crash levels. Didn't have a false breakout, potentially a small one right here, but you could see we have a lot of room to go to the upsides to 2010 resistance level versus the Nasdaq. And then in terms of resistance and support, we pretty much have a resistance line that we're hovering for the most part at. We have an all-time high that we created recently at the 531, 532 price point. And if we were to go up, I think for today, that would be the highest, hypothetically. But for Monday, this one was about $538, if I wasn't mistaken, in terms of Fibonacci scale. But it is quite difficult for those ones. Again, I'm not a professional, so please do your own due diligence and research before buying and selling. Now, in terms of continuation of this, by Monday, end of Monday trading day, it looks like if we were to continue to it, you're looking at $531 and some change, which coincides with the upward trend resistance level, but mainly the all-time high. Now to the downside, which I think would be most likely the case, waiting till the Wednesday Fed meeting, you're looking at bouncing off potentially the moving average, not bouncing off, but staying in around the range of $527. And then this one's interesting because, yeah, we have technically potential support at 525, 526 with the previous all-time high, but I think this would be more predominant if you go horizontally. You check this way, multiple touch points right about here and here, which is about coincides with the moving average right here, about $523, $524. Now, if we were to bounce, I think it would be more that case, 523, 524, and then go to the upside and then test this upward trend resistance level again, depending on when we meet it and all that stuff. But if you think all this doom and gloom, then you're heading to the $520, $521, $519 range. And then there is support coming down the line of the 518, 519, like I stated, but hits the moving average at the 517. So maybe it would be if you think it all is doom and gloom, maybe a quick bounce off the 517 and some change, and then go into the 518, 519, 520, 521, a gap that we've seen previously in the past too as well. But that's basically it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoy it. Oh, and then one thing, S&P 500 shows the same thing in terms of 5-year, 1 year, and then 1 month, 3 month, 6 month MACD line showing downside. But I don't think anything's drastic going to happen. Anything is possible. I just don't see anything drastic. I think more the market's waiting for Wednesday. But that's basically it for today's video. Thanks again for watching. Appreciate it. Hope you guys liked it. If you do, consider dropping a like. It does help the channel. So thank you so much for that. And thanks again for watching on X and YouTube. Appreciate it. See you guys in the next video. Peace.